Beautiful. Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch and on Facebook Live for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. We can get into some of that extra time and really go into those details here about what you can expect over the next few days. And we need it because we need that extra time, that is, because we've got a lot that is looming for us in the Centennial State. I know it's been kind of boring, just kind of hot and smoky and isolated storms. Very different here as we head over the next few days. I'll step out of the way so you can take a look here at Denver as you look off towards the west and from about downtown, and you can see what looks to be kind of Green Mountain and some of the foothills there. And things are certainly getting a bit cloudy. Notice some of those mid to high level clouds. That is in association with our big upper level low. That is a big part of why we're going to be seeing such a big change, a big dramatic change over the course of the next 24, even 18 and 24 hours. Although in Denver, we'll have to wait again probably until tomorrow afternoon until we get that big change. Now, one more warm day. That's today. Breaking news for us here in Denver. Already close to 80 degrees. Big cool down arrives on Wednesday, and rain and mountain snow moves in tonight. But if you're looking for some mountain snow, tomorrow night looks to be the more impactful night, at least in terms of that possibility for some of those flakes. And by the way, that could include the ski resorts and I-70, Eisenhower Tunnel, Loveland Pass. I think tomorrow night will be tricky after dark, so just keep that in mind. All right, temperatures right now 50s and 60s for us west of the Continental Divide. That's where you got the majority of the clouds and the moisture at this point. East of the divide, we're mostly on the dry side still. We've got a lot of cloud cover that's increasing. That's why we're still stuck in the, that's why we're still into the 70s and 80s here. East of the divide, again, it's dry out this way and less cloud cover, and that'll get us up to 81 in Denver. Meantime, in the mountains where it's going to be very much cloudy all day long, and also in some spots showery and a bit snowy in those highest elevations, 50s and 60s will about do it for us. But again, Eastern Plains, some of us could get close to 90 degrees because of that warm pattern and that dry pattern that just clings on to that part of the state. Now, 24-hour temperature change has been fairly dramatic for some of us in southern Colorado, about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Once again, that is clouds, that is rain in some spots that's leading to that dramatic change for the San Luis Valley on north through the West Elk Mountains. And as we get over the course of the next 24 hours, well, there it is. I mean, I mentioned this during the noon show. This is Nerdtopia right here. This is a big, well-defined upper-level spin moving its way on through. And the reason why it's kind of Nerdtopia is you just see that spin. It's so well-defined here across central Colorado. And that is our area low pressure that is bringing us some of that moisture from the south and the west. Most of that rainfall for now is on the light side, but that will change a little bit later on this afternoon and tonight with some more widespread precipitation that'll work its way through our wonderful state. I-70 on south will have the best chance at seeing some of that rainfall over the next 6 to 7 hours or so. We'll see some of that rain at times, heavy for us in the San Luis Valley and north here through Salida, and you get north kind of getting into Park County and South Park. We'll see some of those showers as well. Aspen, Vail Pass, Eisenhower Tunnel. We'll see some rain for now. That may change over to snow for your day tomorrow. Then as we get through the overnight hours, watch how we start to kind of concentrate more of our moisture out here. Now, there's two things happening. One, I was showing you that upper level low, that nerdology thing that I was mentioning. That is part number one of this. Second part of the equation, big sharp cold front. And that's going to bring some snow to the Wasatch Mountains and the Uintas of eastern Utah. That cold front, once that works its way through Colorado tomorrow, that'll generate not only more moisture, but also cooler temperatures. And that's why I think we could be seeing in some parts of the highest elevations here in Colorado. Most of us won't see snow, but you get to 10,000 feet or above, we will be looking at some of that snowfall for us. Rainfall, as I mentioned, for tomorrow morning will be heaviest for us in western Colorado. Hey, we need the rainfall pretty much statewide at this point. 83% of Colorado is either abnormally dry or officially in drought. So we all need the rainfall. We start to see it, again, fairly widespread as we get into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Now, in terms of tonight, we do see an isolated shower. Denver, I think we stay dry. Best chance will be in the foothills. Can't rule out little spritz, quick shower in Denver. A lot of clouds, a lot more bark than bite with those clouds, though. I think we mainly, again, stay dry here in Denver. Temperatures drop down into the low 50s. Now, tomorrow, look at that dramatic change. Those temperatures really plummeting. I mean, Winter Park, 48. You get a top Berthoud Pass. We're not getting above 40 for your day tomorrow. Eastern Plains, where the front doesn't move its way through tomorrow afternoon, we're going to get up into the mid-80s. So how about that? 48 in Winter Park and 85 in Lamar for those high temperatures. Same states, two totally different weather patterns for us, and of course, two totally different elevations. So that's why we're talking about such a dramatic change in those forecast highs for your day tomorrow. Now, the overall jet stream pattern, I'll give you a little unsolicited meteorology 101. Anytime you look at the upper level winds and you see a big U shape like this, that is your signal that we've got a lot of unsettled weather for some time to come. Watch this U kind of just sit around and stay around Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and into the weekend. That gives us an indication here that we're going to be looking at a fairly prolonged period of cooler weather and unsettled weather. And again, that's going to stick around through the rest of the week and to the upcoming weekend. So those upper level winds, if you're a weather buff, a weather nerd, hoping to get into meteorology, always look at those upper level winds. That'll give you the main clue about what's going on. When you see a U shape like this centered around Colorado, that's, again, about a classic signal as they come, that we're going to be looking at this unsettled and cool pattern that'll stick around for some time. And boy, we do need it. We need the moisture. And then we also need, I wouldn't say need the snow, but normally by now, we've seen at least a couple of these systems come on through and bring us an inch or two of snow, and we just haven't really had that yet. We had one or two systems bring us kind of a little dusting of snow in a few spots, but tomorrow, I think we could see a few inches of some wet, sloppy snow from 9,500, 10,000 feet or above. And that'll include places, again, like the Eisenhower Tunnel at about 11,000 feet, Vail Pass, 9,000, 10,000 feet. We could see some snow as well. And then down through Aspen, seeing a little snow possible for us there in Pitkin County, and on south through Crested Butte. And on south, along Highway 50, Monarch Pass could be a tricky drive for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, as we do see some of that snow work its way through your vicinity. The flat tops get some snow, and then you head east. Again, the Eisenhower Tunnel. Notice the timing here, especially after dark tomorrow night. I think we will be looking at some snow at the Eisenhower Tunnel. So if you are driving tomorrow night, Eisenhower Tunnel, Vail Pass, Loveland Pass, Independence Pass, maybe even up by Rabbit Ears Pass, we could all be looking at some accumulating snow. So this is getting beyond, at this point, just, oh, look, it's snowing at the highest elevations at 13,000 feet. This will be actually some snow that could stick to some roadways and could lead to some more widespread impacts as we get into tomorrow afternoon and, again, especially tomorrow night. Then Denver, we got a better chance of rain tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Denver likely stays dry today. Tomorrow, we may see a morning shower, probably not. But wouldn't be surprised to get a quick shower in Denver tomorrow morning, the afternoon, and the evening. So you got some happy hour plans, some outdoor plans for tomorrow. I think Denver could be a little bit dicey for some of those. And notice eastern Colorado. Hey, we'll take the rain. Those lawns, the agriculture, we all need a drink of water right now. And we'll get some of that in place for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Speaking of Denver, a lot of things to pick out here. So notice the timing again. We're talking about tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Best chance for that rain for us here in Denver will be in that time frame. And then you get into the mountains. Again, notice some of that pink. That's some of that snow. You get west of Georgetown, Silver Plume on into the highest elevations up by Eisenhower Tunnel and getting down into Silverthorne, and that'll help with the ptarmigan fire out there just the north of Silverthorne. We will be looking at the possibility for some of that wet snow. And again, the foothills, best chance of seeing some of that rain is we do get a little bit of upslope flow, and that'll condense down into that form of rain. Now, snowfall, yeah, got to break out this map for the first time in a little while, but yeah, we're going to be looking at some snow. Grand Lake, you get up into some of those highest elevations. Again, the I-70 mountains, seeing some of that snow. Vail Pass, Vail itself, probably not a ton of snow, but we're at 6,500 feet in Vail, so we don't normally get that much snow with these systems. This will be more of a, again, 8,000, 9,000 feet or above system where we do see some of that snow. The Maroon Bells, the West Elks, seeing some of that snow, the Gores, as well as, again, the I-70 mountains, Breckenridge, Keystone, all the ski resorts out there. We'll be happy to see a little dusting of snow, and in some cases, it'll be more than a dusting. Again, maybe 2-3 wet inches of snow that could fall for some of our favorite ski resorts as we get into the next 48 hours. Now, that 7-day forecast, this is of course for us here in Denver, where those temperatures drop back into the 60s, and that'll feel a lot cooler than our high of 81 today. We got to 89 yesterday and Sunday, so it's just been just a scorcher of a September. And in fact, for us here in Denver, our average temperature is about 70 degrees so far this month. That is the second hottest so far. We're at the second hottest September on record, and we're only 1/10 of a degree behind the number 1 hottest September on record, which was back in 2019. Something I've talked about at length on air here at 9 News is one of the real signs of a changing climate has really come from the month of September, where in Denver we used to get kind of fairly regular snows. If you've been here for a long time, you know that Denver used to get snows on a fairly regular basis. And I know we got a snow, that kind of crazy September the 8th snow last year, but we just don't really get those anymore. That was our first measurable snowfall, last year's was, in the month of September in Denver in almost 20 years. So it just doesn't really happen anymore. And the month of September has really gotten a lot warmer in Denver. We've increased those temperatures by about 3 degrees in the month of September over the last 60 years. So just kind of a striking side note there, but this month has certainly been a warm one. We are about to change that. We're going to be talking about below average temperatures for your Wednesday and your Thursday. I know a lot of you are happy about that. By Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we drop those temperatures back into the upper 60s, so about 70 degrees. There's still some uncertainty about what we're going to see for the weekend, especially early next week. So this is a bit of a model average, but the computer model is still trying to figure out what we're going to be looking at for the weekend and early next week. But we'll keep a chance for some showers around for both days this weekend. It does warm up a little bit from our very cool Thursday, and then by early next week, it does look like we're going to dry on up as we get into the beginning part of next week with some more fall-like temperatures. So hopefully, I've gotten into plenty of detail. I've been rambling here for a little while about literally everything. So I hope that has given you a full look at that Colorado weather forecast, including that possibility for snow in the mountains tomorrow night and the chances for some needed rain for us along the plains and the urban corridor along I-25. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.